Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get started. This video is a quick take. Focus is finding horizontal and vertical asymptotes for rational functions. In general, here are the steps. We're going to assume that our rational functions don't have any holes here, so we can go to the main steps. Vertical asymptote is easy to find. Set denominator equal to 0, solve the equation. The horizontal asymptote, we focus on the degree of both the numerator and the denominator. And here's how it works. If the degree in the numerator here is greater than in the denominator, it's called top-heavy, and there's no asymptote. If the degree in the bottom right here is greater than the degree on the top, it's called bottom-heavy, and the asymptote is at y equals 0 here. And if both the numerator and denominator have equal degrees, then the asymptote is at the ratio of the LCs, and that stands for leading coefficients. So let's take a look at several examples here. Feel free to pause the video, try the examples first, and then listen to the rest of it. Make sure that you have the correct answer. All right. So here it says, find the vertical asymptote and the horizontal asymptote. This first example is a little bit more straightforward. Let's go ahead and start with the vertical asymptote first, because that's going to be easier. First thing, set denominator equal to 0. Here's our denominator, so we're going to write x plus 2 equals 0. And we're just going to solve that equation. We get x equals negative 2. There's our vertical asymptote. Let's take a look at the horizontal asymptote and see what that ends up looking like. Here we're going to focus in on the degree of both the numerator and the denominator. Keep in mind the degree focuses on the greatest exponent that you see for your variable. On the top, there is no variable, so automatically the numerator here, right here, is going to be degree 0, all right, DEG. For degree 0. Why is it degree 0? Here's why. What we can do actually is we can place an x here as long as it's x to the 0 power. And what is x to the 0 power? X to the 0 power, you learned many years ago, is just equal to 1. And so when we have 5 times x to the 0, it's really 5 times 1, which is 5. And so the degree automatically grabs that exponent. Numerator is degree 0. So what we can do right here is we're going to write degree 0 for the numerator. The denominator, what degree is that? That would be degree 1, of course. So DEG 1 for the denominator. Now this is bottom heavy because 1 is greater than 0. So looking up at the rules here, if it's bottom heavy, asymptote at y equals 0. So we can say that our horizontal asymptote is going to be at y equals 0. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you may want to pause the video. Try the second one on your own. I'll give you a moment to do that. Then we'll go through the second one. Okay, let's take a look at the second one right here. Hopefully for the second one, you got a vertical asymptote at x equals 8 and a horizontal asymptote of none. Let's take a look, see how that works. So vertical asymptote, we're going to take our denominator like before, and we're going to set it equal to 0. And when we solve this equation, x minus 8 equals 0, we're going to get x is equal to 8, and that would be our vertical asymptote. Let's take a look at the horizontal asymptote for this situation. Well, for the horizontal asymptote, we're going to study the degrees. Numerator right here we can say is degree 2. Denominator is degree what? 1. And here it's top heavy because 2 is greater than 1. And when it's top heavy up here, no asymptote. So the horizontal asymptote, we'll write none. And there we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and now take a look at several others. These will be a little bit more challenging. All right, you may want to pause it. Try number 3 on your own. All right, let's get started with the vertical asymptote. This time we're going to take our denominator, and it's a quadratic. Set it equal to 0. And you should know 2 ways to solve it. either square roots or factoring. I'm just going to go ahead and take square roots here. X squared equals 9. And we don't want to forget the plus and the minus sign. We're going to end up here getting x equals positive or negative 3. So here we have two vertical asymptotes. Let's take a look at the horizontal asymptote. As we look at the horizontal asymptote, we can see that the top, the numerator, is degree 1, so I'm right degree 1. The denominator would be what degree? Degree 2. And this one is top heavy or bottom heavy? Well, bottom heavy. 2 is greater than 1. And so because it's bottom heavy, we can say horizontal asymptote y equals 0. All right, pause the video, try number 4. All right, let's go ahead and take a quick look at problem number 4 and see how that turned out. Vertical asymptote, we're going to take our denominator, set it equal to 0. And here we have a quadratic trinomial, so we're going to need to just factor this out. Leading coefficient is 1, so we can use the add multiply method. What are numbers that multiply to 2 but add to 3? Well, that would be 1 and 2. So we can take our numbers here, put them in there, and so we're going to get x plus 1, x plus 2 as our two linear factors. Let's go ahead and now solve this. Well, here we can just switch the sign, x equals negative 2. So that would be one vertical asymptote. X equals negative 1 is the second vertical asymptote. All right, let's take a look at horizontal asymptote here. When we focus on the degrees, the numerator is going to be degree what? Well, there's no x. We could write times x to the 0, so numerator is degree 0. Denominator is degree, find the greatest exponent for x, 2. So this is going to be bottom heavy. Horizontal asymptote y equals 0. All right, let's take a look at problems 5 and 6. I want you to give 5 a try. Pause it. All right, let's go through problem number 5. Looking at problem number 5, the vertical asymptote right here. Set our denominator into 0, or equal to 0 rather. And we're going to need to solve this by factoring. And so here we're going to get x is equal to 5 as a vertical asymptote. X is equal to negative 3 as the second vertical asymptote. Horizontal asymptote. Is it top heavy or bottom heavy? Well, as we take a look, the top is degree 3, bottom is degree 2. You can see that just by looking at it. It's top heavy, so horizontal asymptote, none. All right, try the last one on your own. All right, let's go ahead and go through this one as well. For this last one right here, our vertical asymptote, we'll set our denominator equal to 0, and solving that just the regular way, and I'm not going to show the steps, we're going to get x is equal to positive or negative 4. So we have two vertical asymptotes. Let's take a look at the horizontal asymptote, and this one is a little bit unusual. As we look at the horizontal asymptote, in the numerator right here we have degree 2. In the denominator we have degree 2 as well. And so finally these are equal degrees, and when these are equal degrees, then we just take the ratio of our leading coefficients for the y asymptote. And so let's take a look at that. Our leading coefficient in the numerator obviously is 1, so that 1 in the numerator gives us a 1 on top. In the denominator, our leading coefficient is 1 again. That 1 in the denominator gives us a 1 down here. We divide that, we get y is equal to 1 as our horizontal asymptote. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully that helps. That's it. I will see you on Monday. All right, bye-bye.